Hi, it's Jordan1, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make this sweet little pair of lips using just rubber bands and your hook. So I consider this Loomigurumi or rubber band crochet, and with Valentine's Day right around the corner, it's just a quick little easy project that you can make for your friends or loved ones. So the one I'm doing in the tutorial is going to be this pink pair. I've also done it in red, and then this is the Rainbow Loom Glow in the Dark Electric Purple. To make your lips, you're going to need a hook of some sort. So I have the Rainbow Loom metal hook, but you can use a crochet hook or whatever you have at home. And then as far as your band counts go, you're going to need a total of 34. I'm going to begin by making a chain of 10, so I have my 10 rubber bands. So you're just going to take your first band, you want to triple this, so you just place it on your hook and twist and put it back on 2 times, so that will give you your 3 loops. And then one at a time you're just going to pull through and get the other end back on. So if you pull down on this chain that you're forming, it is going to help to open up the loops there, and it should help from your hook getting stuck. So it's a fairly easy concept. I'm sure most, if not all of you, already know how to do this. Then when you're done, just leave those 2 loops on your hook. Next we're going to form the upper lip, so I have a total of 11 bands, and the pattern's going to be 1, 1, 3, 1 for the center, and then in reverse order here, 3, 1, 1. So you should have your 2 loops on your hook. What we're going to do is skip the next chain over, so it's actually this 3rd chain from your hook that you're going to go through. So you want to push from front to back under both loops. Going to take your first rubber band, it's going to pull through the chain, back on your hook, you'll have 4 loops, and the end one is going to pull through the other 3. You're going to move over to your next chain. That's going to get 1 band, so through, back on, you'll have 3 loops this time, 1 through the other 2. Then in this next chain, we're actually going to do 3. So it's the same way, a single crochet, 1 through the other 2, but you're going back through that same chain a second time, and then once more. And this is what's going to give you more of that point, that sort of mountain peak for the upper lip. And now we want it to come down pretty significantly. So what I've decided to do for that is, instead of going in the stitch, I'm actually going to go totally underneath here. So you're not actually going in through any bands, you're just reaching underneath. Pull the band under, back on, and then 1 through the other 2. So it really just wrapped around that next chain. And then in the next chain over, and I should mention, just keep smoothing this out to make sure that it's not twisting and that you're going through the correct side. So we have another set of 3 bands. So that's 1, 2, and 3. And then you should have 2 singles left here. So you'll have 1 for the next, and then 1 for the next. So you should still have your tripled band that you started with. That's not going to get anything in it, and that should be at the very end. Next we're going to chain 5, and this is going to be for the first part of the bottom lip. So here's what we've formed so far, and what you're going to do is flip this over, and then I'm going to actually flip it up so it looks sort of like a W. And I'm going to go back through this same chain. It's the next one over after your tripled band, and from the front to back I'm going to push through. So now I'm working on the opposite side here. I'm going to pull through everything on my hook and get the other end back on. So that's going to be my first band, my first chain of 5. So I have 4 more. So I'm going to pull through my second, third, fourth, and then I want to connect this. So if you look over here to the left, I'm going to go into this chain right here. So I'm not going all the way to the end, and if you want to count from the middle, it's actually the 1, 2, 3, the third one from the center. So I'm pushing through that front to back, and my last band is going to pull through everything and get the other end back on. So here's what it should look like. You have your upper lip, and then you have a chain so far for your bottom lip. Now to finish it off, you're going to need a total of 8 more bands. We're doing 2 single crochets in the first 3 stitches, 1 in the last, and then 1 additional band to tie it off. So once again, here's where we left off. We're going to flip this around, and you do have 2 bands on your hook. You're going to pull one through the other, and now we're going to work our way back through this chain, but so far we've been going through this side, and since it flipped to the back, we're going to have to continue to go through that same side. So now you're just going to have to push through from back to front. So in the first chain here, go under both loops. We're going to do an increase, which is 2 single crochet. So 1, back through the same one for your increase, over to the next chain, that's going to get 2 as well. I know it might feel a little bit awkward if you're not used to going in through this opposite side. Next chain, you're going to do another increase, and then you should have 1 chain left here where it connected, where we first started, and that's just going to get 1 single. So then your lips should be formed here, and the last thing we need to do is tie off this loose band. So I'm going to suggest you go to the back and just try and pull up and go under 1 or 2 bands somewhere that you won't see it. Try to keep it away from the edges. Take your last band, pull through everything, one through the other, make a nice and tight slip knot. So then it's just a matter of having to hide this loop. So again, on the back side, just go under a few different bands, and then just slide this underneath until it's completely hidden. So you may have to do a little bit of adjusting. For example, on the sides here where there's a little bit of loose bands that stick out, you probably want to have them sort of curl upward to make more of a happy looking pair of lips. And then your lips are complete. I hope that everyone loves their new little lips. You can always leave me comments on YouTube and Facebook. You can post pictures of your creations to my Facebook page, and please feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that way you can be notified when I have new tutorials available. You can also find me on Pinterest and Instagram, so please feel free to subscribe to those as well and post all of your pictures and comments there too. Thanks for watching!